Now, listen, you guys, it seems like whilst Nicki Minaj is out there selling out tours, there are some people who are still in denial, aka Jess Hilarious. We're going to be talking about that. And we're also going to be talking about her getting checked by Usher, as well as JT and Solange's link up in Milan. We're also going to be talking about Nicki Minaj's set that she previewed, as well as Saweetie. Yeah, she did drop a new, all right. Now, these are some of the things that we're going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's theme. Now, I know it has been a while. It's been more than like 2 days, 3 days. But listen, I'm here and let's catch up, all right? Now, first of all, we're going to talk about this entire Jess Hilarious situation, okay? So, Jess Hilarious, a host on a show, like a proper radio show on the Breakfast Club, decided to sit there and spread misinformation. And I was like, oh, what are you doing? Okay. This girl is not just a blogger. She is a proper radio show host. So she sat down there and said that, oh my goodness, why is Nicki Minaj looking for Katt Williams? The reason why she's looking for Katt Williams is she's not selling, she's scrambling, she's trying to sell tickets. And I'm like, oh, have you been living under the rock? Like, do you understand? Like, have you been living under the rock? Who hasn't sold? Well, I know she's not talking about Nicki Minaj because listen, those tour tickets have been selling like no man's business. And she was out there even suggesting, oh, why does beer not open for her? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen, just like, we get it. You don't like Nicki Minaj, but for you to sit down there as a radio host, like clearly she hadn't done any research on this matter. It seems like the moment she saw Nicki Minaj, she was like, oh, it's my time to hate now. Because I'm just like, you haven't done any research on it. Like the moment you heard Nicki Minaj, of course, automatically you feel like you have to spew negativity. You have to project your insanity and girl, I'm just gonna insert that, you guys, the snippet from what she was saying, and let me know what you think about that.
Breakfast Club. Nicki Minaj wants Katt Williams to join her tour. When the fuck did Nicki and Katt Williams ever even have a fucking relationship? Like to put him on your tour? Let's just get something straight. Now, usually people do things like this when the tour is not selling. Maybe it isn't. Now, that's very expected these days because of the economy. Listen, people put shit on layaway to buy Renaissance tickets. Like the economy is in such a shit place right now. It's totally expected to not sell out your fucking tour. No icon, no matter how big or small, is exempt from promotion. You promoted that album, you did interviews, you popped out, you promoted his. So we're gonna have Nicki, Monica, Katt Williams. Mind you, Katt Williams hasn't responded yet. I think she should add a JT, a Bia. Bitch, you can bring Kai Cenat. You got Monica. It's a bit of a jingle jam. Girl, chill.
Oh, there you had it, you guys. Personally, I was disappointed by the mere fact that while she, as a proper radio show host, sat on there and tried to say that Nicki Minaj was trying to sell tickets by, inviting Katt Williams to come on tour, when in actuality her tour has almost sold out, and she's even adding more even more destinations. She's adding more areas. And so this information, this level of misinformation spreading has to be stopped, especially if you are there on national radio saying all this insane stuff. Okay, you guys do also know that there was that entire Photoshop thing that was going around, spreading misinformation as well. So it seems like Nicki Minaj has had enough of it, and this time she decided to respond in a manner that I was like, yes, that's how you address them haters. I loved that it was subtle. I loved that it was all factual. I loved that it was a flex. Okay, she decided to take to her Instagram story and she said, feels so good selling out 25 arenas on pre-sale week. Yes, you did that, ma'am. And she said, then adding a bunch of headlining festivals per request, having to turn a bunch down, plus adding more arenas, plus all these additional countries. Now, when I saw this, I was like, Onika, from now going onwards, this is how I want you to respond to the naysayers, because there were no lies detected in all this. And this is the truth that nobody wants heard, okay? Nobody wants this to be heard. So they go around cooking up all this, but you can't erase the facts, all right? And these that she wrote down here. These are the facts. And of course, she then inserted a picture of the additional shows that were added, and I was like, geggery, okay. She also said, making history again as a female rapper as you embark on another world tour. Only this time it's already more successful than the others. Wow, okay. And she said, yikes, a black woman making history on pre-sale week of a third world tour prior to announcing any supporting acts. Thank you to all the black women lifting me up and protecting me. And this was in response to a post by Live Nation, which said Nicki Minaj presents Pink Friday 2 World Tour. Is now her her best-selling tour to date, with more than 25 sold-out arena shows in just days of pre-sale. Minaj sold 30,000 tickets in her home state alone, with shows in Newark, New York City, and of course Brooklyn, where an extra show is being added. Nicki has not yet announced any support names for the tour, so she was quoting that. And you guys think that she needs Katt Williams to sell a tour? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Without any opening acts announced, she was out there selling out arenas, and you guys are trying to play with this one, okay? And so honestly speaking, I love that she's subtly responding to this entire situation. She also posted the pre-sales and everything, and said, this was in January, Barbz, y'all really showed your behind. And I loved this, okay? I wish she would respond more like this. I personally love this kind of a response, because now they've got nothing else to talk about, okay? So yeah, let me know, you guys, in the comment section what you think about Jess Hilarious, Nicki Minaj responding and everything. Now, one person who was not here for Jess is Usher. When I tell you that Usher got that Jess, and I was embarrassed looking through my phone, like I got secondhand embarrassment from that entire situation. Oh my goodness, Usher got that girl, okay? She was just there sitting like a dummy, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love this amount of gathering. I love that celebrities are really coming out, calling out these people for saying some disrespectful and ignorant things. Like, there's a certain way that you move, especially if you know that you're gonna want to sit down with these people. You have to draw a line. You can't be just blabbering. Now, you're a radio show host. You can't be saying things when you know that you're gonna be having sit downs with these celebrities. You're not just a blogger on the internet. You have to carry yourself as such. And I think that's a lesson that Jess Hilarious really needs to learn. You remember that at the time it was Sex Red, now it is Asham. So I'm just going to insert you guys that entire situation. The way he kept on saying, Jess, we can get into the mess. I was like, oh my goodness, Asha is not having it. So yeah, I'm just going to insert that snippet, and you guys let me know what you think about that.
Specific about handling our icons the way that they need to be handled. Absolutely. And we need to do that more often. We can get into the mess, Jess, and we can absolutely get into the mess, the God. You know what I'm saying? But we got to handle our icons the right way. Yes, we got to make sure that we lift them up on God. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I had a very impassioned conversation with The Dream one time, who you got a song with on your new album. This was recently. This was at the Jay-Z the Jay-Z museum thing.
But the way that Jay reached out, hold on, I want to say this. Okay. The way that Jay reached out, because he understood, this is a moment for the culture. We have to preserve our icons in the same way. Don't let the mess bring our icons down, because we don't get them back, and we don't get a chance. Like, we all human, and we all go through things, and we all going to experience things, but we got to handle our icons the right way. Yeah. At the highest place, in the best wardrobe, on the biggest stage, in the biggest moment, being seen, because they'll surely forget about us.
Yeah, you're right.
And if you help them forget about us, they'll do it quicker.
No,
so
all right. So I just want to say I apologize, but you said the wardrobe.
Whoa, what?
I said, I apologize.
What you apologize for? What you done said?
For helping out the mess, because he talking.
So yeah, let me know what you think about Usher gathering this girl like this. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, you guys, we are going to be talking about JT in her fashion, in a fashion girl bag. She stepped out, went to Milan, spoke about it in my previous video about the Diesel fashion show and everything. But now it seems like she was with Solange at some point. She linked up with Solange, and JT and Solange is becoming the duo that we didn't know we wanted. And I feel like somehow their vibe, I feel like it kind of is probably similar in a way. I feel like Solange this is just a feeling that I get from seeing how she carries herself. She strikes me off as somebody who will not take any nonsense from anyone. Do you understand what I'm? She strikes me as the person who will stick up and stand up for herself, and even her sister. I mean, we've heard rumors about the elevator, and I've loved her since then. Like, I literally have adored her since then. So I could see the two of them actually becoming really good friends, and I love that for JT. I love that for Solange. It's a duo that we totally didn't know we needed. Now, speaking of JT, rumor has it that she has a collaboration with Doechii, and I don't know. That's also another collaboration that I didn't see coming and that I didn't know, we needed. So let me know in the comment section what you think about JT collaborating with Doechii. Do you think that that's something that you would be looking forward to? Now, the next thing that I'm gonna be talking about, you guys, my girl, talking about Saweetie, the Icy Girl, has dropped a song, and I spoke about it the other time when the song hadn't dropped. So the song is finally here, and we haven't spoken about it on this channel. Her song is called Richtivities, and I did take a listen, and I've been always honest with you on this channel that I understand that you guys are always like, oh my goodness, our ears are hurting. Why are we listening to Saweetie and stuff like that? But I love Saweetie, you guys. I love her. Like, I love her, and I love her, okay? So she dropped that song, Richtivities. I listened to it. It does, the verses pretty much sound like a lot of these Saweetie, verses that are out here. The rapping is not so great, but the chorus, you guys, the hook, personally, I loved it. I'm sorry. I loved the hook. This is something that I can see myself playing in my car, especially the hook part. As for the verses, well, the Lord is our shepherd. I'm not even gonna lie. I love Soti, but I'm also going to be honest. So that, because of the hook, I could see it actually making noise, because listen, the hook is very catchy. It's very nice. It's like a type of feel good kind of vibe. It makes you feel like you're that girl. And honestly speaking, I love that. I loved the hook, okay? So let me know, you guys, in the comment section. Have you listened to Saweetie, okay? Have you listened to Saweetie's new song, Richtivities? And if you have, what is your review on the song? What's your review? What do you think about the song? Personally, I love Saweetie. And I know that she can rap, because I know some of you will come in the comment section saying, oh my goodness, Saweetie cannot rap, Saweetie cannot rap. But I'm like, she's not the only, female rapper who's out there who cannot rap. So please. And I've told you once and like time and again that the reason why I love Saweetie is she does everything by her chest. She's very raw with it. You will never catch her sitting out there saying that I'm the best rapper alive. And for that reason, I'm sorry, she will always have my respect for that. Anyway, you guys, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Porsha Williams from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I wanted to talk about this because, listen, Annie, it seems like, I don't know, something is just going on. So you guys do know that, days ago, it came out that, Simon Guobadia was allegedly, outed as a scammer in the previous life, and that, he had lied about his identity and he was denied citizenship and stuff like that. And a few days later, it came out that the two of them were actually going to get divorced. And it had come out, earlier on that Porsha was actually going back on Real Housewives of, Atlanta. She had left. So now it seems like the two of them might actually be getting a divorce. And of course, the internet is receiving that with mixed feelings. But some people feeling like this might actually be a storyline for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I could see where the people are coming from, because it's insane what people do for a check. But then, that being said, I mean, after all that information had been revealed that, the guy might have been a scammer in, his previous life, with his previous identity, I would understand why probably Porsha would want to distance herself from this, because that wouldn't look good on her, and her brand. So I could see why, they would get a divorce, or at least why she would make it seem like she wants a divorce. That could be PR, okay? So I don't know, you guys. Let me know, you guys, in the comment section what you think about Simon and, of course, Porsha Williams. Do you actually think that this is a real divorce, or do you think that they are playing with our minds and Porsha is just cleaning up and doing a little bit of PR? Because this is what Porsha had to say. She said, "Thank you for your prayers and support, Porsha Williams," all right, on her Instagram story. And Simon had this to say. He said, "We'll stop loving my wife when divorce is final." I'm just like, Simon, what are you doing? That's even bad. Like, you could have kept quiet. Like, why did you need to say this? Why did you need to embarrass yourself? Why, Simon? Why? Like, as if, like, the day the divorce is finalized, the love is totally gone. Like, what is this? Oh my goodness, you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this entire mess. I just thought that this would be interesting to make, of a discussion. Do you think that probably Porsha didn't know about all these things in Simon's life? And do you think that maybe they were a little bit too fast with getting together, getting married, and everything? Let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section, okay? Now, thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And thank you very much for making it this far. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time that I post. And until my next one, see you.